Hello and welcome to QuantHaven again. Today we're going to be looking at one of our newest portfolios. As a reminder, every data that you see here is based off live data. It's live trade. These are all forward tested portfolios. We have the back tested results of individual strategies, but these, just to keep in mind, are actual forward tested results that you're seeing here, just as if you were trading live. And for prop traders, what we've done is we've added the micro simulations where you can see what one meaning looks like when you're just trading one micro. So let's go to our newest portfolio that we just created a few days ago. As you can see here, this portfolio right now has done about almost $2,000 in profit with a max drawdown of $268. So for prop traders out there who are thinking, okay, well, I believe this portfolio did this in about 3 months. And so you're saying, well, that's not enough profits for me. But I believe a 50K prop firm account, usually you have a drawdown of about 2,000 to maybe 2,000 to $2,500. And so you can take this amount, you can multiply it almost by 4. And sometimes even by 5, and you can see how that dramatically increases this from anywhere from $7,000 to maybe $10,000 to your liking. You divide it by that by 3 months of trading, and you're sitting at a nice, good payout of almost anywhere between $7,000 to $10,000 in profit. And so this is the beauty of why we always say trade portfolios and not strategies. Because if you were just trading one strategy, like this would have been, dormant after what? The 25th of May. This dormant has been pretty much quiet until just a few more trade. But as a portfolio, they tend to work very well and balance each other out. When one is losing, one is compensating for that loss. And it's just right now, as this is going through a drawdown, some of these guys are helping it. And this portfolio, I believe, is using 3 different strategies. It's using 1 ES, 1 and 2 gold strategies to have this beautiful performance that we've seen in the last almost 3 months now, with a 57% win rate. As a portfolio, this is the beauty of portfolio trading again. We have a Sharpe of 3.61 with a return to drawdown of 7x, meaning for every drawdown you see on your account, you're going to make 7 times that back on average. Now, this portfolio has only been running for about, as we said, let's go over here. It's only been running for about this year, but it really kicked off when we've added a few more strategies in May. The edge protection is one of the most beautiful things that we spend a lot of time working on. And so this portfolio is, for example, when a strategy starts underperforming, it completely stops taking trade from that strategy. And we have other videos where we talk about the intricate math of our edge protection. For example, let's go to this portfolio right here, and let's go to the backtest, and you can see what the backtest of this strategy is. This strategy was completely underwater for most of the year, and it just started coming up as gold has been having a fantastic time this year. And so most people would say, okay, well, this strategy is definitely over optimized. However, this matrix were not over optimized, but right now this strategy is in play. And someone will say, well, why would you trade something that was underwater for this long, for a majority of almost 10 years? And that's because we have our beautiful edge decay right here. And so right now we can see that this strategy is healthy. And once it slips below 75%, it goes into caution. And as you remember from our strategy, we have our hedge protection. So whenever it's not healthy, it completely stops taking trades from the strategy, and it waits until the strategy becomes healthy again, which helps you avoid some of those whipsaws that you would have seen here from wherever. For example, when this strategy starts dipping down here and a little bit rivets right here, and you see as we're going to a little dip and a rivet right here, you're not worried about necessarily the overall performance of this strategy and the full back test. It does help in giving you a guide to say, okay, well, there was a consistency here of keeping this drawdown, but however, it's been picking up, since really June of last year, and I'm willing to take a chance on that while the strategy is in play. And when it falls out of play, I don't have to worry about it because I have edge decay that is using really quant level and hedge fund math. We have 4 different statistical layers that we've stacked together to be able to create this health score. And we have some we have some video that explains in detail how this map works. And but it's one of the most beautiful things we've done in QuantHaven as a protection for most of our strategies and our traders, because it takes away some of the fears and worries of when a strategy falls out of play, and when do I start trading a strategy, and when do I stop trading strategy, and when is it just in a normal range of a drawdown, versus when it has lost its edge. This edge decay is using institutional level math, and it's using 4 different levels of them that we've studied from Renaissance, Jane Street, the Millennium Fund, whatever information and data we can get from them, and we've combined that into this 4-layer system that really helps protect traders and protects your portfolio whenever a strike does fall out of place. So this is one of our greatest things that I think is one of the biggest selling point for QuantHaven, because you're not worried about a strategy performance, you're worried about your portfolio performance. And if a strategy becomes a weak point in that portfolio, you can definitely turn on the hedge decay or edge protection and still have a beautiful run of that strategy while it's in play. And so I just wanted to highlight this new portfolio that just came out, that we've been running now for a few days, so you can kind of get an idea of what this would look like with a Sharpe of 3.61 and a 74% win rate. And on the next video, we may talk about this other portfolio that's right here. All right, we'll talk soon. Remember, as always, nothing here is financial advice. We are an educational training platform. We're here just to provide you guys with visions of what a portfolio can look like when traded properly, and also why we're trying to help people, a lot of traders, especially prop traders, stay away from just trading a strategy that may have a couple good months, maybe a good week or so, and if you're lucky, maybe a good year. But what happens when that edge dies? Then you start suffering through drawdowns, lack of payouts, and our goal here is for consistency in payouts. And that's why we've created this beautiful platform for those who